everybody, and welcome back to another video. So today I have a ton of big news to share with you all regarding the upcoming Wings of Fire guidebook. Through a social media post by Tui and an exclusive look on Barnes & Noble's website, we've gotten to see a whole lot more of what's in store for this highly anticipated book. I'll be showing you all the new reveals, as well as breaking things down. And if you want to learn more about the reveal of the first few pages, check out my video on it. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. DragonLover95, 3 Moons, Slightest Wild, and Bombgear. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing we have revealed in these new images is the Anthem of the SkyWings created by Cliff. It was shown how much he loves music and songwriting, so seeing him as the one who came up with this isn't much of a surprise. The song is about the mountain tribe and their appearance and fearlessness. I don't know a lot about music, but because of the sheet here, I think you guys might be able to actually play this. I'd love to hear someone do that. This song is truly wonderful, and I adore how much love it gives to one of the most underrated tribes of them all. SkyWings really are awesome, Cliff. Next we have yet another part from the SkyWing section, featuring a snippet of writing by Tailwind, a dragon who lived in the palace. They wrote about how Scarlet was as a dragonette, and her constant screaming to get her way, as well as a bit about Queen Firestorm, the ruler of the SkyWings before the main series. Based off the title of the section, and how Tui told us we'd be learning more about Scarlet's husband in the guidebook, I think it's safe to assume that Tailwind might be him. But seeing a little bit about how the tribe used to be is super interesting, especially how the arena wasn't even meant for fighting. Queen Firestorm, even as miserably mean as she could be, actually hosted parades, art shows, dance performances, and beauty contests in her kingdom. She would keep the different sculptures and tapestries created by the tribes she invited. However, Scarlet ended up replacing nearly all of these with imagery of herself, and it's unknown what happened to these works of art. But getting to hear about how Scarlet was as a dragonette is something I never thought I needed until now. I am just so entranced by SkyWing history, and these sneak peeks have me even more excited to see what else we're learning about these dragons and their royalty. Moving on from the SkyWings, we got a good look at the beginning of the NightWing section, featuring our first look at their kingdom maps. Featured here at the top, we have the old NightWing Kingdom, with the school, North Beach, Queen Vigilance's palace, the Great Diamond, and the library. Below it we have the map of their volcanic home, with art of the fortress and massive volcano itself. It's very interesting to note just how much the NightWings lost after they fled their old kingdom. The volcano was isolated, and before Stonemover's time, getting additional resources must have been much harder. They also lost nearly all their wealth and items, ending up with just a fortress rather than the plethora of other locations and beauty that could be found where they originally resided. This just goes to show how much they feared Darkstalker to make them abandon all of that. I don't believe this has been said before, so we also got the reveal that not all NightWings are living in the rainforest. A few are off trying to live in the ruins of the lost city of Night. I wonder what kind of trouble will be stirred up by this tension and moving, and if that'll play a part into possible future storylines. Next up, we have a segment from the RainWing section, written by Glory's half-brother Jambu. And though this is cut off and we can't see the following pages, there's still a lot to be had here. Jambu talks about the special RainWing ability of changing scale colors and some of the uses for it. According to this, RainWing dragonettes have a much harder time controlling their scale color due to their bigger and wilder emotions. While we see Glory purposely changing the color for scales in the books, according to Jambu, the RainWings actually believe that you shouldn't do it often, as it's best to know how somebody is truly feeling and if they need help. I like that mentality. In a social media post by Tui talking about getting her early access copy of the guidebook, she revealed to us that the official art is Sequoia that'll be featured here. I absolutely love it, especially how Hazel is the other dragon in the picture. I am all for some Hazel love. I didn't think that the Leafing Kingdom was described well in the books, so seeing some official art of how it looks is super awesome. This art is just beyond pretty, and it captures some of the best of this jungle tribe. For those who didn't know, we're getting a full page of original artwork by 𝙒𝙗𝙗 of each of the primary queens, or most recognizable ones. We already got Moorhen, Coral, Battle Winner, Glacier, Scarlet, and Monarch revealed to us before this snippet, but now we've gotten Sequoia, Hazel, and our next reveal, Wasp. Oh my goodness, does this look absolutely wonderful! words cannot do this one justice as well. I know the quality isn't the best here, but it's still a spectacular getting to see this special look at the art. And man, do the hives look awesome! I'm just falling more in love with Wings of Fire with every page of this guidebook, you guys. Wasp just looks as menacing as ever, and her design was done flawlessly. There's just something about the way that 𝙒𝙤𝙤𝙁𝙗 draws dragons that has me in love. I believe the only queen art piece we're missing right now is Oasis or Thorn, depending on who's shown. Now, while I don't have any visuals to show with this, it has been recently revealed that we'll be getting a funny letter from Starflight to Snowfall about Mink's application, I assume to Jade Mountain Academy. I can't wait to see that as well, especially Snowfall's response. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the guidebook news. We've gotten a lot revealed to us in the past month, and I was super happy to get to learn more about this. I don't think I've been this excited for a piece of Wings of Fire content in a while. But anyways, what did you guys think? What are you the most hyped to see shown to us here, and what stood out the most to you in this video? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.